Okay, here's a second video now that I know a little bit more of the information to look for that hopefully will help make it a little easier to figure out different things. So here I'm in the back of the church moving forward. You see it is a bit of it's a sloped ceiling, and actually it looks like it's sloped down from the back of the church down to the front, and it actually looks like the middle beam is slightly higher than those beams too, so it's a little sloped upwards as well. From each of the banner sides, so from that banner side to the back opposite pew, it's roughly 50 feet. Same from that banner to that back side, it's about 50 feet. Again, the wall here where the banner is only 6 by 5, so small, but I was wondering if the possibility of a couple different things. Let me grab my numbers here. And I'm not sure how feasible it would be, but we could potentially attach from that beam to that beam and have it kind of at an angle diagonal across, just not flat against the wall, hanging down. And that actually was about 11 to 12 feet across. Probably wouldn't be able to do much more than the 5 feet, give take a little bit tall still, but it could be a lot wider. And we could do it on that side too. It would just not be able to go down so low that it would hit the altar, obviously. But I don't have to sit there. I don't sit there right now anyways, so I can control the slides on the songs anyways. So that's an option. Otherwise, I don't know if this is really an option, but there are the TVs on either side of those side beams. And I was almost wondering if we could fit the screens from that beam to that beam. The problem is it would get in the way of an emergency exit, so I wouldn't be able to be too low, because I'm sure the fire chief wouldn't like that, or at least would need to be able to retract it. And that was roughly, if I'm trying to remember right here, I did measure it. I think it was around the same thing. It was around 10 feet wide, and if it was 5 feet tall, it came from the bottom of the of that beam there down to about my shoulder length, so it wasn't too terribly low down. From the front step there of the chancel up to the top of the ceiling where the speakers are now is roughly 13 feet high. To the floor, if we were to put a screen from the beam to beam there, from the bottom of the center beam to the top of the altar is roughly 6.5 feet. It's about 65 inches. And then from the bottom of the beam all the way down to the floor was roughly 98 inches. And that one's a little lower, or no, it was roughly 103 inches from the bottom of that beam to the floor. And it's 98 inches from the bottom of that beam to the floor. So that one's a little lower, but you know, I don't think we need to, if we could hook them to the sides, that would give some options maybe, I guess. And you can see the back of the church. There are plenty of places to mount a rear projector. Otherwise, there are places to mount them on the ceiling. That wouldn't be too bad, especially if we could put them behind the speakers. They might not even be all that visible.